So the subject of my video today is about PlayStation demo discs. I've got some original PlayStation demo discs here, PS1, PSX, as people also like to call it. And I've also got a couple of PS2 demos that I've picked out, and you'll see why later on when I get to that point. And I thought, let's have a bit of a trip down memory lane talking about PlayStation demo discs. Now, I know, as well as anyone that's likely to watch this video, that the need for demo discs has long since disappeared. Since the likes of PlayStation Network with the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Live Marketplace, or the Store, I think it's just referred to now, and of course the Nintendo eShop, where demos are made available if there is a demo for a particular game. You could just go onto those services and download those demos to your console. Of course, back in the sort of mid-90s when the Sony PlayStation launched, we didn't have that capability. The console didn't have any kind of storage for us to be able to download game demos, and there was no online service at that time that allowed us to do so. But I think there's something really cool about demo discs. I really used to enjoy, in particular, the magazine demo discs, the official PlayStation Magazine UK demo disc, and I'd always look to see if there was a demo of a game that I was really interested in or I was looking forward to on that demo disc, on the cover disc itself. And obviously if there was a good chance I'm buying that magazine. Also at the back of the issue of the magazine, it would tell you what was coming on the next magazine, and again, there's probably a demo on there that I'm going to be interested in. So I'd buy the magazine in order to get the demo disc. Of course, there were some other demos as well, some more interesting ones. With the original PlayStation, you most likely got a demo disc titled Demo 1. I've got a few examples here, and initially, with my PlayStation that I bought back in 1997, I got a Demo 1 disc and Tomb Raider. They were the two discs that came with mine. And I spent most of my time playing the demo disc, because at the time I didn't have a memory card. So there was no point playing Tomb Raider and progressing through Tomb Raider, because of course I couldn't save my progress to come back to it later on. But I spent a lot of time on Demo 1, and my god, I spent so many hours replaying them demos. It sounds quite sad, I'm sure it does. There's going to be people out there going, really? You replayed a demo time after time after time? Well, yeah, I did, because it blew me away that much. The content of the demo disc blew me away that much at the time. I absolutely loved it. So we've got an example of a Demo 1 here that's kind of beaten up, and it's actually got the sort of early title screen that you would have got on Demo 1 on the earliest versions of it. I don't think it tells you what's on the disc. No, it just says playable demos, previews, technical demos. It doesn't tell you any of the games or videos of games that are on this disc, unfortunately. And this comes in a normal PlayStation case, by the looks of things. I think this is original because, of course, all the actual cover art and everything fits that case. So I think it's original. And there is a Demo 1 disc in there. Now, the Demo 1 disc that I had in particular, it had games such as Ridge Racer Revolution, Actua Golf, Formula 1. I think there was a video demo, a rolling demo of Destruction Derby 2. I seem to remember as well Wipeout 2097, I think, was playable on the demo disc I had. And Tekken 2 was a playable demo. And I spent most of my time playing Wipeout 2097, Tekken 2, and Ridge Racer Revolution. I hammered the hell out of those demos. Gave Actua Golf a little bit of time as well. But yeah, the other demos I just mentioned, Tekken 2, Wipeout 2097, and Formula 1, I spent most of my time on because they were awesome. They were absolutely awesome. We've got some more Demo 1s here. As things moved on, as PlayStation packages moved on throughout the years, of course the demo disc that was provided would have changed, and there would have been demos that were more relevant to the time of that console being released, or that particular revision of the console being released. So I've got another Demo 1 disc here, which will have a different SCED code. It'll have a later SCED code. Not sure if you're going to be able to make that out. It's going to be difficult to do because the writing is quite small. There you go. It'll have a different SCED code, and yeah, it'll have some different demos for the time period on it. Again, we've got another Demo 1 in just a cardboard sleeve here. Again, this would have come probably with a PlayStation from around about 1998. And this one actually has the SCED code written on top. And this one actually tells you what's on the demo disc, which I think is pretty interesting. So we've got Abe's Odyssey, Hercules, Life Force Tenka, which I've actually got the game disc in my collection, Porsche Challenge, Rage Racer, Rapid Racer, Karushi, which is actually on the PlayStation Classic Edition as Intelligent Cube, but we knew it as Karushi. Overboard, which I thought was a pretty cool game. And of course we've got the tech demos, the Dino, Manta, the video CD playback, and a couple of videos, one of Soul Blade and one of the firefighting game Roscoe McQueen, which I think is a pretty cool little demo as well. and another demo disc here, just to show you the SCD code, or the PBPX code in this case, and this has got a PBPX code that's later than the one that was on this red one. So if I just show you this red one again, it's difficult to keep this in focus. There you go, 95001 for this one, and that will be 95008. So this is a later demo 1 disc as well. And these would have come bundled in with the console, which was pretty cool. Now, another thing that came with the PlayStation was a registration card. Now, I actually filled out the registration card all the way back in '97 when I got my PlayStation, and you would have received this through the post sometime afterwards. And this is referred to as a registration demo. And you can see here it says registration demo 01. And this has got some other demos that are different from the demo 1 that I had at the time on it as well. It's got things like Monster Trucks, Adidas Power Soccer International 97, and there's a few other demos on here. I can't remember the full list, unfortunately. I'd have to play this again. So, yeah, you'd send off a registration card and you get another demo disc, which at the time I thought was pretty awesome of Sony to do that. So there's a registration demo. So then they changed the name and they became Registered User Demo rather than Registration Demo, which I thought was a bit odd. So here's the second disc in that series. I've also got the third disc in that series. Again, these would have had demos, again, that would match up to the time period that these discs were produced. And then we've got a Registered Users Demo, which would be probably the first one, or it might even be the 7th one. I can't remember. One of these goes out of sequence, and the numbering goes out of sequence, as well as the title being out of sequence, if that makes sense. And then we've also got Registered Users Demo 06. So you can see I've got quite a few of these that I've collected, that I've picked up, because they were quite cheap on eBay. And I thought, yeah, it'd be cool to check these out. Different time periods, see what demos were provided on these registration discs when you sent in your registration card. So there's another Registered User Demo. Now this particular demo disc here is from a magazine. Unfortunately, it's not from the official UK PlayStation magazine, which was the magazine I used to buy quite often back in the day and would get a lot of the demo discs. Unfortunately, my original demo discs are long gone, so it's a shame I'm not going to be able to show you some of the ones that I had and some of the demos that I really, really wanted to play and really looked forward to playing. But this one is from a magazine called Station Magazine, and you can see on here we've got Virtual Kevin Keegan, Premier Manager 99, and we'll just try and have a look at the cover. You've got Viva Football and Warzone 2100, and this is Station Demo Disc number 6. Rival Schools, which is a beat-em-up game, was also playable on this disc, as is a racer called Motorhead, which I think Motorhead is a pretty cool game. And there you go. It's just referred to as Station 6. And the code, interestingly, is SLED 01895. So obviously the D at the end denotes that it's a demo disc. So here we go, the Station demo. And then on this inlay, you can see what we've got, which is pretty cool. Legacy of Kain Soul Reavers on there, which I know is a game a lot of people absolutely loved back in the day. So there we go, it's a magazine demo disc, very similar to the official UK PlayStation magazine in terms of its design and in terms of how it is. But there you go, there's the Station demo disc number 6. Now another thing that you also got at times was demo discs for a particular game. I remember one of the Resident Evil games, I think it might have been Resident Evil Director's Cut, came with a Resident Evil 2 demo disc, which was pretty cool. I remember actually having that back in the day. Again, unfortunately, that's long gone. I'm not sure where that's gone. So, a couple of examples here. We've got Metal Gear Solid. This one actually would have come with ISS Pro 98, which is pretty cool. And in here, we've actually got Ridge Racer Type 4, a collector's edition demo. You can see there, Ridge Racer Type 4 collector's demo, which is pretty neat as well. So you've got these two. And also occasionally with games, you'd get another demo disc included as well. So with Crash Bandicoot, we've got one here that is autumn Christmas releases. Again, I remember having this back in the day. It's a pretty cool demo disc. It's similar to the demo 1 that I had at the time as well. There's a bit of a crossover with some of the demos that are on this compared to the demo 1. So that came with Crash Bandicoot. And you can see here, look, it even refers to it, which is pretty awesome. And Formula 1 99, I remember especially as well. This also had a demo disc included with it. And you can see here it is on the front there, just titled Winter Releases. And this demo disc is pretty cool. I think it's got a demo of Wipeout 3 on it, if memory serves me correctly. So this is pretty awesome as well. And that came with Formula 1 99. So, also, and this is an interesting one that I found out about, and I found out actually by watching some North American YouTubers. As PlayStation was big and popular, there were promotions that were done with some restaurant chains in this case that I'm going to show you. There was probably other promotions as well, but I've got a couple of restaurant chain promotion demo discs here, a collection of them that you would have been able to pick up over time. So this is the McDonald's demo discs. There were 4 of these. You can see here, here's the first one of those discs, Wipeout 3, Alfred Chicken, Gran Turismo 2 and Vib Ribbon. And it even says at the bottom there, 4 discs available, and I've actually got all 4 of the discs here. Again, I picked these up as a collection. They're pretty cheap, but I wanted these because, again, it's an unusual demo disc. It's one that you went to McDonald's, you probably would have bought some kind of Happy Meal, and then you'd have been given one of these at the time. A bit like they do with the toys, the promotional toys that they still do nowadays. Here's the number 2 in that collection. We've got Ape Escape, Ace Combat 3, Cool Borders 4, and FIFA Football 2002. We've got demo number 3. Now this one's got World Rally Championship Arcade, Pink Panther, Destruction Derby Raw, and Rayman Rush on it. And you can still see it says there 4 discs available. The 4th disc in the series, we'll just show you this one. Formula 1 Arcade, Stuart Little 2, Jinx, and Firebugs. And this is the 4th demo out of 4 that were available through McDonald's through their promotion. And I'll just show you the back of this one with the screenshots. Pretty cool, actually. I think that would have been pretty awesome back in the day. But this one, I think, is even more awesome. So, you'd have ordered a Pizza Hut from your local Pizza Hut back in circa sort of probably 98 or 99, maybe even 2000. And the pizza would have been delivered and you'd have been given this with the pizza. Now, call me sad if you want, this sounds awesome. Eating that delicious pizza and playing the demo disc that they gave you on your PlayStation. That sounds friggin' awesome to me, and it's something that, jokingly, I remember posting about on social media, that was what I was going to do. I was going to order a pizza, and I was going to play these demo discs one Friday evening. Yeah, very sad of me, I know, but I thought it was funny. Unfortunately, this doesn't tell me anything about what's on the demo disc. But there you go, Pizza Hut Demo 01, and there were 2 of these. And we've also got here Pizza Hut Demo 02, which is pretty cool as well. Now, I'm going to move on to PlayStation 2 a little bit here, because there's a couple of demos that I've got here that I think are pretty cool as well. One of them is a bit of a tie-in with Honda. Now, this is actually Toka Race Driver 3, and at the time, this particular model of Honda Civic, which I'm going to try and bring you in, which is the FN2 model of Honda Civic, which was a bit of a Marmite car. People either loved it or hated it. Initially, I didn't like it at all. However, I actually have the Type R version of this car as my daily driver. I've got a silver Type R in this shape that's actually my car. So, yeah, interesting how things work out, isn't it? I bought that a few years ago. So, the demo, as you can see here, this is what a Honda feels like. It's Toka Race Driver 3. And basically, you get to drive that FN2 Honda Civic. They've got a demo, well, in the demo, it's got a Honda Civic, and you can drive around. I think Donington is one of the circuits you drive around with this, which is pretty cool. So a Honda demo. How awesome is that for the PlayStation 2? I'm aware as well, with Gran Turismo, you had things like the BMW demo, you had some Toyota demos, and also a Nissan demo that came out with Gran Turismo games. I think Gran Turismo 3 and 4 both would have had test drive discs. That again, you probably would have been able to get from the manufacturer. You'd have walked into BMW circa 2004 or 5 and been able to get whatever the BMW 1 Series demo disc was at the time. So that, I think, is pretty cool and pretty awesome. So, Gran Turismo 2000. Now, this was part of a PlayStation festival that was held in early 2000. I think it was February of 2000. So, the PlayStation 2, I think, was already out in Japan at that stage, or was just about to come out in Japan. And of course, we would have to wait until the end of 2000 before we got it. But at that particular event, you could play Gran Turismo 2000. So what is Gran Turismo 2000? Well, essentially, it was the work-in-progress title name of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. That's what that became. It was referred to as Gran Turismo 2000. I remember back in the day, reading a PlayStation magazine. I was still at secondary school at this stage, with some friends who were also big time into PlayStation. And I remember reading and hearing about this Gran Turismo 2000, and I was quite excited about it. So when I saw one of these discs available for purchase, again on eBay, and the price was reasonable considering how rare these discs are, I had to pick it up. But yeah, these would have been available back in the day at the event. They'd have been given out. Basically, it's just one car, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, which I think they show on the back of the cover art. Yes, they do. It's in the top corner here. around the Seattle circuit, and that's it. You get a time limit basically to race around that circuit. It looks like Gran Turismo 2 just upscaled, if you like, or remastered, you could say these days, for the PlayStation 2. That's basically what this looks like. It looks like they used Gran Turismo 2 as their base, and they were just bringing the graphics up, and then eventually they'd start making changes to the game engine afterwards. So here is Gran Turismo 2000. As I say, it's quite a rare disc. It's one that's a favourite of mine in my collection in terms of demo disc. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's a piece of history, I think. Lastly, now some of you guys may know that I did a video about the Blockbuster PlayStation Challenge before, but I didn't think I did it particularly well. I wasn't overly happy with the quality aspect, so I took the video offline. I do intend on making another video all about Blockbuster PlayStation Challenge because, well, there's very little information about this. I know there was a UK games tournament held in 1997. Blockbuster held, if you like, qualifying events where people could come, play this demo, and then obviously if their time that they set on the demo itself, which was Rage Racer, was good enough, where they would then be entered into the UK games tournament that took place. But these demo discs are reported to be extremely rare, and I mean to the point where people are saying that these are the rarest PAL PlayStation discs ever produced. So it's quite awesome to have this in my collection. I feel quite privileged to have this in my collection. And I didn't pay a huge amount for this disc either when I picked it up. I think it was about 2 years ago I picked this disc up. So it's a pretty cool disc to have, I think. And guys, you know, I love demo discs. I miss them. I know we've moved well and truly past that. We don't need demo discs anymore because of those awesome online services where if developers do make game demos available, we can just click download and it downloads to the console. But I do miss the demo discs. I do miss opening up a magazine or picking up a magazine. The demo disc could be on the front, going to the back and finding out what demos are on the next month's edition. I really do miss it. But guys, I hope this little look of some PlayStation demo discs and PS2 demo discs has been interesting. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again soon.